Check the Nemesis video. Champions Q is a failure.
Hey guys, one take videos, I'm probably gonna make some mistakes and miss out some things. Champions Q launched February 7th this year, and the reason why it got launched was because NA solo queue was
It's
dying.
shit.
I'm not gonna go into the reasons why NA solo queue is dying. Most of you guys already know that. So Riot introduced Champions Q, which is supposed to be a better version of in-houses, which they used to have in NA, and it has low ping, voice comms, people trying to mimic pro play with like meta, tryhard meta. And
Yes! Yes! Kurwa! Tryhard meta mimicking pro play. That point already makes my dick giga hard. No fucking Bard in a fucking top lane with smite. Already I'm so happy. Already it's not a failure, it's already a fucking success.
And so far it has not seen much success. Champions Queue basically has very long queue times. A lot of players are not playing it. A lot of players gave up on playing it. There's griefing, there's trolling, a lot of other problems. EG Danny, one of the players, wrote his reasons why he doesn't
Wait, that's who? Oh, EG Danny, okay.
think or like playing Champions Queue, and he received a lot of backslash. The narrative is that people in the community are complaining about solo queue because it has too much
Wait, what did he write though?
ping and stuff like that. So Riot did something for them, and now they don't even want to play this. This is when he tweeted, when Champions Queue came out, I thought
Wait, when you came I thought it was the best thing that happened to any in regards to solo queue, and now 2 months later it's
it was
completely
the
dead.
best thing that happened to NA in regards to solo queue, and now 2 months later it's completely dead. There's also clips of people rage quitting because of others and not liking each other and all that stuff, which is normal.
Okay, wait. You have to understand. Dodging in Champions Queue should be allowed. Why? Because sometimes you get off-roll, sometimes you get players you don't want to play with, sometimes people are tryhard and they want Discord, you don't. I think that's not a problem. I think dodging should be perfectly allowed. What's the problem about this?
Which leads me to this point. So a couple of weeks ago, Champions Queue Returns for Worlds 2022 was announced by Riot. And they're trying to make Korean, Chinese, European players play with Champions Queue with American players.
Yepers.
And, try to promote it this way, which obviously is great. My point is...
Jankos playing with Forgiven in Champions Queue. Yeah, but that's no problem. You know why I think that's no problem? Because you don't have to use voice comms. Like a big reason as to why Champions Queue in a way is unbalanced, in my opinion, is some people use voice comms, some people don't. The teams that are gonna use voice comms are at a huge advantage compared to the teams that don't use voice comms. Be it 1, 2, 3, 4 players not using voice comms or the whole team, it's always gonna put a big advantage on the team that is using voice comms, right?
So I was supposed
So for example, if I'm in Forgiven in the same team, I might just not talk to him, right? Let's say that's like a fair thing to say. But I don't see a problem with playing voice comms if you accept that disadvantage. Like if you accept that you are at a disadvantage and you are just gonna play straight up with no comms, it's fine.
supposed to go to America in a couple of days and play Champions Queue myself, and today I have been informed that that's not possible. That I won't be given permission to. I was told that's not possible. In a couple of days and play Champions Queue myself, and today I have been informed that that's not possible. That I won't be given permission.
I tried to join Champions Queue myself and I got told that will not be possible. And then he goes on Twitch TV, he sees Mr. Beast, Kadral, Double Lift, Core JJ, and all of them farming 20k viewers on Champions Queue. And he cannot do that because he didn't get a permission to play Champions Queue. That is a bit sassy if you ask me.
I was told that...
Kadral cannot play either. But isn't that like... But Kadral is just watching. Like Nemesis can watch as well. Like Kadral cannot play. It makes sense, no? Like it makes sense Kadral cannot play. He's retired for a year. I don't even know what is his like rank in solo queue. But Kadral is just watching.
It's not fair. I don't know what that means. But
which makes sense, you know?
Is that
he's a
the
caster.
reasoning why is probably
and Double Lift is good. I mean, from my understanding is that like a lot of like ex-pro players, some of them gets invited. And like, you know, Kadral, for example, Like, I don't know if he, like in Europe, if he's high challenger, I can see him being invited as well. But if you're not high challenger, then I see you also not being invited.
Cage got?
Tablet has rank requirement and X-Pro for under a year can apply. X-Pro for under a year. That does not qualify Nemesis, no? Nemesis is like not a pro for a lot of time. Kedra is not a pro for a lot of time. Both of them are not a pro for a lot of time, no? Pretty sure they both retired like a year ago or two.
What?
Mid Beast got rejected, yeah, of course. I mean, all like the bows would also get rejected. You know what I mean? All the streamers that are not active pro players get rejected because they are not active pro players.
She's this.
I would love to.
Following's pretty interactive. Oh, okay.
But they didn't let me the champions queue.
No way, dude. Aren't you challenger in EU?
Yeah, they said that. Wait, let me read the quote. They said, our current requirement is that players traveling to the States need to be on an active roster from a Worlds qualifying league.
So, active
Okay.
roster from a Worlds qualifying league. And it's a big shame. So they're not letting Cajal, who is like challenger easily better than most Champions Queue players. They're not letting me, who, I'm playing on Korea and Challenger as well. They're not letting me in. And I think this is a big missed opportunity by Riot to try to promote it, because right now Champions Queue has the hype. If you go to Reddit...
So what is the reason why Champions Queue a failure? Isn't that just him being salty that he didn't get invited? Like, I didn't hear a single reason why is it a failure so far. Besides the fact that it was dead 2 months ago, but now we have a lot of players, so it's not dead.
Right now, there's so many threads about Champions Queue, so many people talking about Champions Queue, people are shimming it, talking about it, and right now it's working well. How long will this last? Well, I'm very doubtful.
I mean, it's not gonna last long, of course. As soon as Worlds end, it's gonna die again. I mean, like, what's so difficult? Like that, but the problem with Champions Queue is the fact that NA players just don't play there, and they don't play there. I don't fucking know why, bro. Adriel is 230 LP master. Yeah, but that's his like top lane account. Doesn't he have a challenger account? Sorry, this is his. But isn't Kadral main jungle or is he main mid? I don't actually know what Kadral means. That is his main account right now. So that is his main account. Well, if that's his main account, then I really doubt that there is no way he would get let in. But that's just because of rank. It's not about Kadral. It's just about his rank. No, 230 LP fucking master tier. No fucking way. No. If he's challenger, like if Kadral is challenger in Europe, and we have a champions queue, of course he's gonna play if he wants to. No, I'm pretty sure. But he's also a caster and he doesn't play a lot. So it makes sense that he's just spectating instead. Like, I don't see a problem. Because right now, I just didn't hear a single reason why is it like bad.
This reminds me of the incident that happened a couple of months ago where Mr. Beast was hosting an event, a League of Legends event, and he tried to get Bjergsen to play. Riot rumoredly blocked that, and basically Mr. Beast with a huge audience, it's just logical that, Riot would let Bjergsen go play there because it's just good for them, apparently.
Yeah, but Riot doesn't allow that, not because of... Riot doesn't allow pro players play like for fun tournaments because they are pro players and they are actively contracted by Riot. Let's say if you are Nemesis, you can actually go and play in Mr. Beast tournament if you are invited. If you are a Nemesis, you can just go and play. But if you are Bjergsen, you can't. Because Riot is actively paying rosters for these players to compete on their stream in their league every week. And do I agree it's stupid or not? I mean, I just Riot policy. I don't necessarily like it, but if that was not the policy, you could also like... The thing is, with this kind of rule, you have to be really strict. You know why you have to be strict? Because let's say, if you let Bjergsen participate in Mr. Beast event for fun, why can't a different pro player play another tournament for fun elsewhere? Like, I understand that this is a good branding opportunity for Bjergsen and Team Liquid. But where do you say stop? Why can't I go and play in a fucking Nemesis tournament for 50k somewhere? Like, either you don't allow anyone or you allow everyone. And the stance from Riot is you don't allow anyone. And I'm pretty sure it happens everywhere as well. No, in sports. Isn't that like normal? It was for charity. Yeah, I understand, but it still applies. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. I mean, like, as much as it fucking sucks, it just doesn't matter. It's still a tournament. You still show your face, you sell your brand. Like, do I agree with that? Personally, I think they should just let people do whatever. But then, yeah, we can have pro players participating in different tournaments throughout the year, right? That may not necessarily be what Riot wants us to do. Because I could just go and play, like, let's say I lose LAC, then I go play EU Masters. You know what I mean? Like, imagine I lose LAC and then I just go play EU Masters.
Not. Champions Queue is not what it seems like to be. So one of the rules the Champions Queue has is that one-tricks aren't allowed. This is just one example. There's a lot more where this guy, for example, it's a Rengar one-trick, 750 games. His second most played is 70 games. I mean, this guy literally only plays Rengar. This player is allowed to play in Champions Queue, and there's a lot of other examples like that. This is an example of Cat Evolved. Tweets rank 1, second place Academy 2020, consistent first, second place results Amateur 2019.
Okay, this is...
Invite, Grandmaster sub for Amateur team placing top 16 without...
Okay, this is the only... Like, this is the only example that makes sense, right? Like, do I think Cat Evolved should be allowed in Champions Queue? The problem is I don't actually know who Cat Evolved is because I don't play on NA server. But if this guy plays only Katarina, which his name heavily indicates, or if this guy is toxic, because Katarina players normally are toxic 90% of the time, no fucking way he should be allowed to play Champions Queue. But that also brings me back to the previous point. I don't think the Rengar one-trick should be allowed either, so I don't know how the fuck did Rengar one-trick get in there. He's not one-trick pony? Yeah, if he's not one-trick pony, it makes sense, right? But then he cannot be toxic. Because I suppose that's also a rule, right? You can be toxic, you can be a one-trick. He's cool, not toxic. I'm afraid that everyone will have a different opinion on this.